a little bit. And while we're doing this, let's go ahead, if you remember like what we did on the bottle, let's put a couple of extra edge loops towards the top to get like a nicer rounded lip on this cup. So let's go to Mesh Tools, Insert Edge Loop, and just kind of click along one of these edges on the inside, and drop a edge loop there, and then we'll drop an edge loop on the outside. And then just click Q to get our select tool, and then right click and go to object mode, and then just go back to mesh and smooth it. So now we have a little bit of a nicer looking mug. Awesome. And let's make one more shape for fun. So we got a cup, a mug. Let's like make a plant. So let's name this first. Let's do mug. And let's do edit. When you have that selected, edit, delete by type history to clean all that up here. And let's do a Control S to save it. Then we can kind of move these both out of the way. I'm just going to select them both and just drag them off. So let's make like a pot for like a plant, and then we'll make some leaves and stuff to go in there. So let's make, again, we'll start with a cylinder because that seems like the best way to do that. So go to Create Polygon Primitives and go to Cylinder. And let's, we'll try some different things here. So let's add some sections. So let's do like 5 subdivisions on the height. I think that's good, and we'll leave everything else the same. So let's just right click, go to vertex. Let's move this upward to sit on the grid. And we need to add a taper to this. So let's go to, there's some things here we could do. I think the simplest thing, let me show you something cool. So if we go back to object mode, and this is, we'll get maybe more into deformers later on, but if we go to deform, we could put a lattice on this. So if we go to deform, pick a lattice. What this does is it adds like this box around our object. And if we right click on it and go to vertex, oops, if we pick the lattice, sorry, right click on that, we should be able to go to lattice point. That's not doing it. Let's, on the top of our Maya, these 3 buttons here, let's go to component mode, which is the same as like right clicking and going to vertex. But if I have my lattice selected and then go to component mode, I should be able to click a lattice point. If that's not working, and over here these little buttons, like this is for faces, this is for component, this should be vertex. If I click this one, what's going on? It's not showing up. All right, let's try this again. Something's not working here. I'm just gonna undo until my lattice disappears. So again, I have my cylinder selected, go to deform, and there should, click lattice. I should be able to right click that lattice and go to lattice point. It's not letting me do that. Let's see. If I go to show and turn off polygons, maybe. So in the viewport, go to show and turn off polygons. Now we just see the lattice. We should be able to right click it. Oh. Okay, so yeah, if I select it now, then right click on it, I could go to lattice point. Then I could go back to show and turn back on the polygons. Now I could select these lattice points. And this is like a way to deform the shape of the cylinder that we put this on. It's like a simpler, gives us less points to play with. You can get some interesting shapes and stuff by doing that. But I'm going to undo this. Let's go back to object mode, and so right click, go to object mode. Pick your lattice, and over on the right where it says divisions, just change this T division to 2. So now we just have like basically a cube, a lattice cube around our cylinder. So I'm going to try again. I'm going to right click on that lattice, and again it's just giving me options for polygons. So I'm going to go to show, turn off my polygons, and then right click on that lattice and go to lattice point, and then just select the bottom points, and then go back to show, turn on polygons, and go to scale, and we can scale this in to get a taper. And we could also go up and select these 4 top ones, and we could push them down a little bit to get like a shorter pot for our plant, and then maybe a little bit taller. Yeah, looks good. And then we could go back to object mode, select our cylinder, and to get rid of the lattice we have to delete the construction history. So we have to go to edit, delete by type, history, and now we're just left with this shape. And we kind of want that like rim at the top of the pot with like the thicker part on it. So let's grab these faces here. So I'll right click, go to face, I'll select them like this, and then hold down control to deselect the side faces, double check that I don't have any extra faces selected by accident, and then go to edit mesh and extrude. And again, I'll just switch to my W key to go to the move tool, and then just move this up like that. And then now I want to extrude these faces out to kind of make that rim around the edge. So let's do, let's actually hit delete. Well, no, let's, while we have these selected, let's hit delete, make the hole. And then now let's add let's go back to object mode. Let's add thickness to this. So let's do edit mesh, or mesh, and go to, I always forget where it is. Oh yeah, edit mesh, extrude, and then we'll click on that blue arrow and pull these out to add some thickness. Now we just want to extrude this like upper lip of the plant vase. So let's click on one face, and I think if you hold down shift, let's see here, hold down shift and double click the next face, it'll select the loop of faces. So again, you click one face, hold down shift, double click the next face over, and that'll select all those in a row like that. You could do that on any row. You could go in this direction and it selects them all like that, or you could go here and do that, but we're going to do it up here. So click one, hold down shift and double click the next one, and then we'll go back to edit mesh and extrude, and just pull out on that blue arrow, and we'll get like that little thicker little rim kind of thing. And then let's add some edge loops here to maintain some sharper corners when we go to smooth this. So let's go to object mode and go to mesh tools, insert edge loop, and I'm going to insert one like right below the crease. Then I'm going to kind of zoom in a little bit, and I'm going to insert one like right after the crease, and then maybe right before this corner, oops, clicked in the wrong spot, just hit undo, right after the corner, and then same thing with this corner up here. So these little extra loops are going to support the shape when we smooth this out. So let's do one here, and then one here. Perfect. So now we could, let's do one towards the bottom too. So let's keep the corner down here, because otherwise this will become really rounded. So let's insert a loop here right before the bottom, and then right after that corner. Oops, that didn't work. It's not working. Let me undo that. something